some rain coming through. We expect rain soon. Rain is close. The session has been declared wet. No sign of this rain stopping. Rain is clearing up. Rain should be gone for now. Nothing but sunshine all day.
This is it, race fans. Week 10. 10 weeks of door-to-door action, bumper to bumper, headlight to headlight, wing to wing has brought us here to Nürburgring GP, where we will round out the season. This is Throttle Freaks GT3 action. This is Racers Nexus. I'm Rob Campbell in the booth with me, Richard Swindells, as usual. Welcome in, Rich. We got a heck of a one here tonight. I can't think of much better track than to end things off here than at Nürburgring, the GP circuit. Looking forward to this one. 33, 34 plus cars on track should make for a ton of excitement.
Yeah, one of our favorite tracks, Rob, and a nice way to finish off the 10-week season. I believe it's season 4 of Throttle Freaks, and I'm pleased that we've been able to be there for every single one of them. I think this is my 40th consecutive race, Rob, and a new record for me.
It is. You've been there every single race, week in, week out. Richard Swindells has been there, even when I couldn't show up, even when we had to put that crazy-ass Brit on the mic here, the wannabe Canadian, Zippy, he's covered. And you know what? Through thick and thin, Richard Swindells has been there. The smooth boomer stylings of Richard Swindells. I probably should stop that every once in a while. But Rich, hats off to you. All 40 races, you've been there. Well done to you. But we got a heck of a race coming up here this evening. We got some championship battles that are going to come down to the line here tonight. Before we get into have a look at what's going on in qualifying, let's hop over and take a look at how things are shaping up in the point side of things. Let's start off with the teams where you know, the top couple spots pretty much solidified here in the teams. It's like Solpec Precision Black going to take the team's championship. Going Racing solidly in second place. Riot Motorsports looks like they somewhat comfortable in third place, but there is a chance that Madworks could potentially take that spot away from them. But look at that battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th between SRTE Black, SRTE Green, Lunatic Racing, and Solpec Precision Yellow. Only 11 points separating those 4 teams, Rich.
Yeah, it's a nice close battle in the mid-pack, so something still to race for. You're not going for a podium, but you always want to finish ahead of the guy who's ahead of you right now. So some changes could be happening in the mid-pack there.
Absolutely, and we should mention that this is a non-drop race, so every point matters here tonight. You cannot drop it, so there is no tossing this one out the window. So interesting to see how things unfold there at the end of the top 5 in the team side. But over in the driver's side of things, Rich, there's still a few battles underway. Jack Hedgecox leads Pro, Stephen McDonald in second place, but he's only 11 points back. There is still potential that with McDonald having a good race here tonight and Hedgecox having a bit of a rough one, where McDonald could take the Pro win away from him. Tyler Graff in third, a little ways back. Not much really that he has, or sorry, not much opportunity for him to try and take top spot in the Pro, but Oleg Lovkov only 8 points back of him. So final step in the podium in Pro still up for grabs. Over in Pro-Am, Jerome Berthiaume, fairly commanding lead, although it is only, what do we got, 17 points there over Seb Gauthier. Should be somewhat comfortable for Jerome. He's been solid all season here, Rich. I don't suspect to see much different out of Jerome. Seb Gauthier in second place there, just ahead of Colin McKenzie and Josh Gowen, who are only separated by 2 points for final step on the podium in Pro-Am. And then what do we got over on the AM side of things there, Rich?
Yeah, we've got Jacob Fichtner commanding lead. James Hand had an early lead in the season, but Jacob Fichtner's really come on strong lately, the last half, and Jacob Fichtner's got himself a comfortable margin over James Hand in second. James Hand in second. Ian Cabana with a strong effort last week, getting his first race victory. He's only 1 point back. Dave Jensen's just 6 points back of him, and David Morse is up there as well. So Jacob Fichtner's pretty much got AM wrapped up, but there's a good close battle for second and third.
Yeah, still lots to battle. That's what we love to see. Love seeing coming into a championship race here and having some drivers that are out there actually battling for something, Rich. But I think for the most part we've covered everything on points side. Let's take, whoops, that's the wrong track there. Let's get the right track up. There we go. Nürburgring Grand Prix, as I mentioned, where we're going to finish things off. 15 corners running the traditional Grand Prix circuit, not the WEC layout with the fast chicane. Drivers are going to have to put in a little bit of effort here to get through that final chicane. Rich, track opened up in 1984. This layout, 3.1988, just under 3.2 miles, 5.148 kilometers. And I solidly have it in my top 5 tracks on iRacing. Well, any game, put it that way, and in real life racing too as well. I love racing at Nürburgring, no matter what car it is.
Definitely a top 5 for me as well, Rob. We've got very similar tastes in a lot of our track choices. Only difference is I seem to like the street circuits, I think, a little more than you do. But, you know, Road America, Road Atlanta, Nürburgring, definitely those are 3 of the road racing circuits that we just absolutely love. And 36-car field here tonight, Rob. So lots of points separation can happen tonight if somebody has an early incident or has a little bit of trouble. So we could see some championship standings change around with this many cars here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. We'll keep an eye on those battles. We do have one cam being shared with us tonight. That is James Hand, who we usually see week in, week out. Probably one of the best mustaches in the league, Rich. We got to hand it off to him. I wish maybe he turned the camera a little more so we could see that mustache on the front, but he's got the old, you know, curly Q turned up on the side. You'll love to see it.
Oh, wow.
As you mentioned, James came in leading a large portion of the AM championship at the start of the season. Kind of faltered here towards the back half of the season, so we'll see if he can finish up strong here tonight.
Yeah, and hopefully he can have a good result. Maybe we get an interview and we get a nice, we don't have to look at the profile shot maybe in the interview room later. So James Hand, a strong season start, hopefully finishing strong. John Provo also had some really, really good weeks, but unfortunately he's had some unfortunate incidents that cost him his title chances. But Sean Provo, I believe he was champion in AM last year, so or not last year, last season. So definitely moving up, and Sean Provo in the SRT black car, always a strong competitor.
Yeah, Sean got promoted last season from, was he in Pro? Yeah, he was in Pro-Am last season, got promoted to, he was in AM last season, got promoted. He won AM last season, got promoted to Pro-Am this season. Losing track of drivers here. Rich was trying to fix something there, but he's done well so far. Currently sitting in 16th place in qualifying, 7th overall in class. But hats off to Sean Provo after dominating AM class last season. Held his own so far in Pro-Am.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same about myself. But this man here has been he's in second in the point standings, but week in, week out, his pace has just been dominant, Rob. Had a couple little unfortunate incidents, but Steve McDonald currently second in qualifying behind Jack Hedgecoats. Had himself a solid effort this season, his first season in Throttle Freaks racing.
Yeah, Steven, no doubt a solid competitor. He has a chance to try and take the championship in pro class away from Jack Hedgecoats, who is just ahead of him here in qualifying. Hedgecoats sitting on pole, doing what he needs to do, Rich, to try and bring home the pro championship. McDonald right there too as well, doing what he needs to do to keep Hedgecoats in his sight to potentially try and take that spot away. But look at this, David Bush III currently sitting in 3rd place in that Lambo. We haven't seen him up towards the front here the last few races, and it's nice to see that old Lambo back up top running strong.
Yeah, David Bush III, our first season broadcasting, he was a very strong competitor. I mean, that we were just one class, and I believe just the amateurs. So David Bush III is showing some speed tonight. Third overall so far in qualifying, and not a whole lot of time left. So looking forward to seeing what the Lambo has to offer tonight, Rob.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye on Mr. Bush III. Tyler Graff moving up into the pro category this season too as well from Pro-Am. He's held his own. Rich comes into this one 3rd in points, but he's going to have to try and hold off Oleg Lovkov, who looks like potentially maybe not qualifying. He's in the pits right now, but we've got to see a lap out of Oleg, and we're into the final 2 minutes and 45 seconds here of qualifying, Rich.
Yeah, that's not good, and that's hopefully he makes the start of this race. Oleg Lovkov's demonstrates some strong pace as well. There's been a really good battle up at the pro ranks. A lot of competition, a lot of very fast drivers. I mean, talking ratings of anywhere from 3,000 up to over 8,000 amongst the top 4 or 5 guys. Lots of skill, Rob. Lots of skill this season.
Here we see our leader in Pro-Am, Jerome Berthium. Just basically needs to have a clean race, not pick up any penalty points here, finish somewhere mid-pack or so, and that should solidify his win here. It's nice to see Jerome back putting in the whole season. We saw him last season only show up for, I guess, with a handful of races, the ones he could attend. Put in the full season this season, and it's shown here his competitiveness coming in, leading the championship. He's going to pull into the pits and call his qualifying run quits here, Rich. But nice run by Jerome. No matter what happens this season, Jay Steffi, he's going to pull it off, and his qualifying run. Kevin Berquist, driver who we're used to seeing up at the top of the AM category, got himself promoted up into Pro-Am this season. Been struggling a little bit, so we'll see if maybe he can regroup next season, come back a little strong. He had some rough races to start the season, but towards the back half, he's starting to put things a little better together here for him.
Yeah, that's for sure. We've raced with Kevin Berquist going back years now, Rob, years and years. But Steve McLean having himself a solid season. We've seen him. He's him and his teammate Herbert Pineda in the Ace Motorsports cars, having a good solid effort. Another Lambo in the field.
It looks like that's going to pretty much do it for qualifying. We've only got Jack Hedgecoats, the final car on track, and he just crossed the start-finish line here, Rich. So it looks like everybody actually done early before the clock even ran out on this one. So interesting to see. Take a look at our grid once timing and scoring resets. But what are you expecting to see here into turn 1, Rich? It can be a little helter-skelter here at Nürburgring. And if we're going to have 36 cars on track heading down into turn 1, it could be real interesting real fast.
Well, we had a similar prediction last night, and this is our second time covering this track. Last time I thought we were here for a different league, I thought there'd be some incidents. Turn 1, there wasn't. We've covered these guys enough, Rob. There's going to be a couple of cars, I think, that aren't going to make it through turn 1, unfortunately. But I hope I am wrong, because turn 1 is just going to be crazy on those cold tires and people gunning for a season championship.
Absolutely. And while we wait for our drivers to grid up here, let's take and give a quick little shout out here to our camera sponsor for the season, Track Cams for Gourmets, providing us all of the realistic IRL type camera shots that you would catch in Formula One, IMSA, IndyCar, and NASCAR, depending which track we were at. So thank you to them and Apex Sim Shop. You find yourself 5% discount code in the description of the video below. Use that, get yourself 5% off anything they sell in store, from their own brand of Apex Sim Racing products to products from brands like Moses, SimMagic, SimiCube, and the likes. Basically everything you need to get yourself on track. But looks like we got our cars starting to grid up here. Rich, let's head to the track and take a look at the starting grid. Why don't you take us through the first 5 rows?
Yeah, row 1, P1, Jack Edgecote, Steve McDonald in P2. On row 2, we've got David Bush III, William Fenson, another strong performance in 4th. Row 3, we've got Tyler Graff in 5th, Seb Gauthier up to 6th place. Row 4, we've got Brett Thurman and Colin McKenzie. Rounding out your top 10, we have Andrew Trickett and Felix Feliz.
We're going to see Andrew Venaro starting in 11th in row 6 with Dave Jensen playing some pipe in P12 to his outside. Row 7 is going to be Ryan O'Connor in 13th place with Jerome Berthume, our leader in Pro-Am, in 14th. Dale Peterson going to start in 15th with Jared Keane in 16th. That makes up row 8. Row 9 is where we're going to find Herbert Pinedo, because he switched cars this week into the Audi, and Jacob Fichtner in 18th place. And rounding out our top 20, Sean Provo in 19th with Jay Steffi starting in 20th.
At 21st, we've got Jason Kinger, Josh Goen in 22nd. David Morse is in 23rd, Kevin Berquist 24th. Lucky row 13, we've got Ian Cabana and James Hand. 27th, we've got Steve McLean and Jason Park. And row 15, Neil Alexander, Matt Taylor in 30th.
Row 16th, Evan Jones in 31st with Robert Jeffries in 32nd. Row 17, Karsten Quince and Andy Mills are going to make up 33rd and 34th. Then our final row on the grid here is Barry Cockman in 35th with Oleg Lovkov not qualifying. And looks like he's actually potentially gridding up here, Rich, starting from the back. So we'll see if he's able to make a rush through the field. But speaking of the field, they are on the front stretch. We're getting ready here to finish up season 4 of Throttle Freaks. Actually, we're going to get in on the action. Sign-ups are open for next season. Couple week break before things kick off, but here we go. Hedgecokes into turn 1, lead the way. Stephen McDonald right there too as well. David Bush III trying to slide up on the inside, but they're going 3 wide in behind them. Rich, things get sorted out a little bit. Colin McKenzie out of nowhere up into 7th place. On the outside of him, Brett Thurman. Thurman trying to hold that spot going a long way around. Look at that accuracy, going to hold on to the inside line. And Felix Feliz trying to get up and involved now with that one. But more or less, looks like everything kind of got off fairly well. A couple drivers involved in a wreck a little further back. But so far, it looks like everybody's still on track, Rich.
Yeah, up near the front, no real, really clean driving, but maybe a couple little things we can take a look at later on. A little back in the mid-pack as we watch these drivers going side by side, folks. Early on in cold tires, racing hard they are. Up at the front, they've got them nose to tail lined up one by one, but back in the mid-pack, they're going too wide. But Jack Hedgecote's off to a strong start, looking to retain and hold on to the season championship in the pro category. Steve McDonald looking to steal it. He's going to have to pass Jack and then do a little bit more. Right now, these two drivers with William Fenson and making a move. He's up 1 position. He's taken over 3rd from David Bush III. So a little bit of changing up front, but William Fenson off to a very strong start.
Yeah, Fenson, nice showing for him. Again, he's another driver who's had a rough last couple of weeks there. But we pop back a little bit here between a battle between Ryan O'Connor and Andrew Venaro. Venaro in the white and orange Ferrari, O'Connor in the Lambo. Just behind them, Dave Jensen up on the curb, some sparks flying up underneath him, but Herbert Pineda out of nowhere switched into the Audi this week, Rich. Looks like it's working well for him. He's quickly up 4 spots early on.
Yeah, mighty brave selection by Herbert Pineda. Not a commonly selected car here, especially for week 10, but Herbert, I guess, throwing caution to the wind. It's working out for him. The number 99 car, currently 13th, up 4 positions. Strong start for Herbert Pineda.
Yeah, Herbert doing well here this evening. We'll keep an eye on him. And let's see, my picture just does not want to work this week here, Rich. But looks like we're going to go solo screen again here tonight. Keep an eye on Herbert, but David Busch III, he is still up front. Feeling some pressure, though, from Tyler Graff. These 2 drivers we've seen for all 4 of the Throttle Freaks season, battling nose to tail, and it's nice to see them going to finish up the season here, Rich, doing the same thing. But it looks like Andrew Trickett is falling down the grid here. He's been off track, so he's going to keep it off the wall, but that's going to cost him a number of positions, down 10 spots now, where he qualified and still losing some positions as he's trying to get back up to speed.
Yeah, that's rather unfortunate. Looks like, Rob, we're sitting here on lap 2. We've only lost 1 driver, David Morse, early into the pits in an early incident. So overall, things are working out a little better than I predicted. Unfortunate for David Morse, though.
Yeah, unfortunate for David Morse. He's been a mainstay as well in the league ever since its inception. But let's hop on board here with Colin McKenzie. We should take a moment to shout out here Colin McKenzie. A couple extra decals on his car this week, Rich. The I suck at fantasy football by getting his butt kicked in the Lunatic Racing Fantasy Football League. He's had to sport some stickers this week, and he's gonna have to race all night with that. Just letting everybody know how terrible he is at fantasy football, which I guess goes in hand with being a New England Patriots fan. So we'll see how he does. He's up 1 spot right now. Seb Goche up ahead of him, currently in 6th place. One of those SRTE green drivers who we saw was coming to this one potentially trying to make a couple moves in the team's championship.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility as we watch these drivers come down to just past the start-finish line. They're going into turn 1 here, downhill, hard on the brakes, watching Seb Goche. You're gonna get right up on the curb and then swing it way out to the left. Seb Goche, this is a little technical. I like this little section of track, Rob. I don't know about you. It's all kind of a rhythm and a feel thing. It's not flat out. Lots of brakes, lots of elevation changes. You got to get the car balanced just right for the corner exit. Seb Goche using all of the track a little bit, then some. You've got a lot of room to go before getting an off-track penalty. Car's all lined up, nose to tail.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that battle. Oh, Oleg Lovkov shoots ahead of Andrew Trickett. Now, I made note that he was starting at the tail end of the field here, Rich. He's already up 16 spots into 20th place.
What's that all?
What a charge for him. It
now.
looks like Josh Goen had a little bit of an incident. He's been off track. Oleg Lovkov, as you mentioned, going to pick up another spot there. But let's take a quick look here at what happened to Josh Goen as he was battling with, I think that's Sean Provo on his inside. To Goen trying to defend Provo on the inside. Just not quite enough room there for Goen. Tried to squeeze Provo off on the left, but a little bit of contact for them off onto the grass. Going, he's gonna get it sorted back out and up onto the track again.
Yeah, back up towards the front. We're looking at William Fenson up to 2nd place. He's up ahead of Steve McDonald. Fenson on a mad tear. Couldn't get the job done at Bathurst, his home track, or I'll call it the only track in his country that we raced on this season. But the Aussie up to 2nd place, a strong effort. He's about almost a second back of Jack Edgecoke's. Steve McDonald trying to chase him down now.
Let's take a look here to see how Fenson made that pass. Oh, mistake by McDonald. Got off onto the kitty litter. He actually looks like he followed Hedgecokes out there. And that's all Fenson needed. He didn't need a second invitation to take that position away. He's going to move himself up into 2nd place. +2 on the day.
Yeah, we've watched William Fenson for a couple of seasons now. Always strong pace, not necessarily always getting great results. So nice, strong start to this race. I'd like to see him come out with a podium finish here tonight, Rob. I think this driver here deserves a podium. It's been a while since he's had one.
Oh, we got Evan Jones sneaking by. Looks like Stephen McLean is off. Ian Cabana is off too as well. The driver's off into turn 1. Looks like they're both going to get back on track. We'll see if we can pick up a look at what happened there. I think there might have been a couple other cars involved too as well, possibly Herbert Pineda too. Let's pick it up here with Pineda. He has Venero right ahead of him. Oh no, just the back end snaps around on that Audi. So it looks like a completely separate incident there for Pineda. Let's see if we can find what happened to Stephen McLean. It happened basically the same time, just took part of the track. Oh, he just got a little deep in the corner. Looks like Cabana was a little slow getting out of turn one. McLean gets into him, and it looks like Andrew Trickett tried to give McLean a little boost there, get him spun around, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out for him. He's going to do the old Austin Powers 5-point turn to get himself back on the track.
Yeah, the two teammates, the Ace Motorsports guys, are not the best couple of corners for the team, unfortunately, as we look at Jack Edgehouse coming through the chicane, coming around that last corner. This last corner is always a little bit of fun. Do you use the curves? Do you not use the curves? But Jack Edgehouse up just over a second lead now on William Fenson, who's doing a good job thus far of holding off Steve McDonald. We'll have to see what happens at the end of this straightaway. Steve McDonald getting a decent exit. You can have the top end speed to get a draft on William Fenson. We'll find out here. Doesn't look like it. William Fenson maintaining that gap over Steve McDonald. Still, we're here, what, lap number 5, Rob? We're looking to go about 24 tonight.
Yeah, if McDonald has any chance at taking that pro championship, he needs to get ahead of Hedgecox and then have a little more help to cycle Hedgecox down through the field. So Jack Hedgecox doing exactly what he needs to try and win this one. Colin McKenzie, he's right there on the back of Gauthier now. Last time we checked in, they were a few tenths further separated. Now he's right on the back of Gauthier. Tyler Graff just up ahead of him too as well. So it's a battle for final spot in the top 5. Graff holding on to that. Gauthier, our top Pro-Am, in 6th place. McKenzie currently sitting 2nd in class. Brett Thurman just behind them. Then we've got a bit of a gap back to Felix Feliz in 9th place. And then Ryan O'Connor rounding out the top 10. But things getting a little more spread out at the front, Rich. But we got some battling back in behind. And we got some more drivers off track. Andy Mills and it looks like Evan Jones.
Yeah, that's going to cut down the aerodynamics of that Aston Martin there, Rob. I don't think he's going to be quite as fast as he was. Let's see if we can take a look what happened. Andy Mills coming around that strong left-hand corner. Up onto the right, you're going to go out, use all the curbing here. But, oh, there's a car in his way. And nowhere to go. It looked like Evan Jones was kind of out there.
Let's take a look here at what caused Evan Jones to be sitting in the middle of the track. So that Aston up on the curb, going to spin around. So
the ass end of the
tries
Aston.
To start driving forward instead of holding his brakes as you're asked to do. Tries to drive forward. Mills thought he could make the way around the right-hand side, and well, we see the end result there.
Unfortunately, that's going to pretty much end the night for both drivers. Meanwhile, we're going to go back here. 18th place, James Hand. James Hand up. Well, James Hand is in 20th place. Sorry, I'm a little off kilter here, Rob. But we got Jared Keane in 19th, up ahead of him. We've got Josh Goen behind him. James Hand. So his drivers kind of lined up and nose to tail. James Hand up 6 positions. Josh Goen up 4 positions. Jared Keane's lost 3 since the start. So Jared Keane looking to make some advances, move forward instead of backwards.
And we saw it going off track a couple laps ago, and nice recovery by him. He's already gained back 4 positions where he qualified. So we'll see if he can keep charging towards the front. He's got Sean Provo a little bit ahead with 6 tenths up ahead of him with Jay Steffi, the Riot Motorsports machine. Not the strongest race so far here for Steffi. Did he switch cars again, Rich? He wasn't driving the Porsche last week, was he?
You know, I think he may have been.
Was he in the Porsche last week?
But he's changed.
I know he started the season in the Mustang, correct?
You are correct. I think he was in the Porsche last week. But, hey, I'm old. My memory's gone, Rob. I'm just lucky I remember his name's Jay Steffi. So we're not going to use some of the names I called him last week because we've worn that one out.
Jay Stiffy? What do you mean?
See, I didn't do it, Jay. I did not do that.
That one's... That one was by special request early on, so I had to give that one out for Jordan Spoon. He was hoping that at least some point in time this season that Jay Steffi would be called Jay Stiffy. Jay saw that, was hoping it wouldn't come out, but I said I would say it, so there was Jay Stiffy. trying to work hard on the competition. Right now, he is in 16th place, up 4 spots. So nice race so far for Steffi. He's got Lovkov just ahead of him, who's now plus 21. Couldn't see him go back to front here tonight, Rich?
No. No, we can't. Now, can we see him go back to really, really close to the front? Yes, we can. That's a fantastic performance. I mean, I'm not sure how far back he is from first place right now, like what the split is on that. My math doesn't math that quick, but wow, that's just very impressive, Rob.
There you go, 18.8 seconds back from first place. He is Rich. So, you know, we're just past, what do we go, 13 minutes into this, or coming up to 13 minutes into this race, Rich. So he's still got plenty of time. He's still got the vast majority of the race left to go. But as we've seen in the past, once you start getting towards the sharp end of the field, those positions start becoming harder and harder to take. But he's got Fichtner and Berthiaume battling just ahead of him. Could potentially take both these spots at the same time if these drivers don't really see him lurking in the back. Wouldn't be out of the norm to see Lovkov throw a nice send up the inside of one of these drivers and take 2 positions away at the same time.
Well, I mean, Lovkov has made up 21 positions in 7 laps, so that's 3 cars a lap by my math. And if you're passing 3 cars a lap, you're not doing it at all the easy corners. And Oleg Lovkov on the hunt, Jacob Fichtner ahead of him, sticks the nose out, lets him know, hey, Oleg coming through, and using all the track and not afraid to show his face in the mirrors of Jacob Fichtner. Jacob Fichtner, though, no stranger to danger, not afraid to battle hard, but Oleg Lovkov going up the outside, Jacob Fichtner tucking it up in behind, realizing this is going to be a lost cause. They're coming up to the chicane now. Jacob Fichtner going to tuck in behind, see if he can use a little bit of draft and learn a little bit in order to perhaps catch up to Jerome up ahead.
I don't think he'll get much in the way of battling from Jerome. Jerome trying to wrap up the Pro-Am Championship. He's in that sister team, the Solpeck Precision Yellow, where Lovkov and Solpeck Precision Black. So I suspect Jerome will let him go through fairly quickly. We've got a battle just ahead of them between Jensen and Vernaro. Saw Jensen show the inside. Tripping over my tongue here, Rich. Let me try that again. I saw Jensen show his nose to the inside of Vernaro through turn 1. That's what I was trying to spit out before I sounded like I had about a mouthful of mini eggs like Richard Swindells last night on broadcast. But
and tonight,
we'll see here if Jensen's able to find a way around Vernaro. They're battling for 11th and 12th place. Right now, Dave Jensen, our top AM driver, in 12th place, a number of spots ahead of 2nd place, Jacob Fichtner, who's down in 15th overall. Yeah,
Dave Jensen for Lunatic Racing, 12th place. Dave Jensen driving the Merc, which wasn't Zippy's favorite car. He loved the Astons with the whatever, but he certainly loves this livery. And Dave Jensen having a very solid effort, leading class right now.
Yeah, he's got a chance to maybe make up a spot or 2 in the AM Championship. Doesn't have a chance to take the championship, but looks like something might have happened to MadWorks driver Matt Taylor as he had backed into the wall. Let's take a quick look here to see what put him in that position. Oh, just coming in hot through the corner, lost the back end of that car, snapped out on him, and around he went. But just getting back on track. All that debris and all the debris on his tires, Rich, swings around, and he was able to just keep it off the wall, fortunately.
Yeah, hopefully no damage done, but we'll find out as he's down to 30 seconds. So we're going to go a little bit further up. Felix Feliz in 9th place. He's got Ryan O'Connor right behind him in 10th. Ryan O'Connor in the Lambo, the 2nd place Lambo right now, up 3 positions. Felix Feliz up 1. They're coming into corner 1. Oh, this is just such a beautiful section of track. A little bit of a late lunge there. Ryan O'Connor trying to close the gap down, but there's really no passing opportunity in this little section, Rob, unless you really send one here. But Ryan O'Connor, smart enough, hanging back, throwing it up there. He's just asking for danger.
Yeah, O'Connor, a fairly high I rating driver. Not really going to take that kind of unneeded risk, try and make that move. But you know what, Rich, I'm taking a look here at the timing and scoring at the various manufacturers we have in the top 10. We've got a Ferrari, a Mercedes, Lamborghini, a Porsche, an Acura, another Mercedes, a Ford, another Lambo. So we have pretty much a little bit of a taste of every car we have in the grid here this evening. Up in the podium positions, we see Dale Peterson. Something happened to him. It looks like Karsten Quint, as they're both around and having to get back on track. I'll finish my thought here in a second once we take a look here at what happened to Peterson. So it looks like he was all alone. Could this be a solo spin? And then Quint just had nowhere to go and got caught up in it. Here comes Karsten Quint.
Same place Herbert Pineda. Yeah.
Looks like he got
same place Herbert Pineda spun earlier.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, the Porsche, the 55 of Jason Park almost got into the back of Karsten Quint, so he was trying to get going again. But what I was saying about the various manufacturers and the timing and scoring is, I think that's probably why I enjoy Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit here, Rich, is you get a nice mix of fast corners, slow corners, straights, where no one manufacturer really benefits over the rest. All these cars have various traits that work well here at Nürburgring. If your car is good in the twisty section, there's a portion of the track where you can excel. If your car is better in the straight lines, you can take advantage of those high-speed straights and the high-speed sweepers. So it kind of really gives you an opportunity to win the race no matter what vehicle you're in, and we're seeing that by the variety of cars in the top 10.
Yeah, and that's certainly a good point here, but I'm just going to mention Steve McDonald's gone by William Fenton, so Steve McDonald's recovered from his little off track and got back up to second. Go a little further back here, Jerome Berthiaume in 14th place. Jerome Berthiaume sitting 5th in class, kind of in this middle of this pack, falling along behind Oleg Lovkov, who's next on the agenda for him is Dave Jensen, but Jerome Berthiaume having Jacob Fichtner all up at the back of him right now. So Jacob Fichtner, Jay Steffi a little bit further back, and Sean Provo behind them. So a bunch of drivers still battling hard. Oleg Lovkov may have stalled out for a little bit here. As you said, Rob, the closer you get to the front, the harder it is. In that said, he's up 23 positions.
Yeah, he's done well so far. As we should also mention, Fichtner pretty much has the AIM championship locked up coming into this one, Rich, as long as he doesn't accumulate a ton of penalty points. So hats off to him, currently sitting 2nd place in class, doing exactly what he needs to do, in behind Jerome Berthiaume. No real reason for him to push the issue here and try and force a mistake. They got Jay Steffi catching up in behind him. Steffi currently in 16th place, 9th in class. We'll see what car he comes back in next season, Rich. We've seen him in a number of different cars. The BMW, the Mustang, the Porsche. I want to say we might have saw him in the Acura 2 as well one season.
Yeah, maybe. That's, I like people who mix it up. And Jay Steffi is certainly not afraid to try something a little different to maximize his chances. I think, changing cars partway through the season, I believe you take a penalty in points, if I'm not mistaken. And he said, hey, I'm not about to win. Let's throw everything at it and try and mix it up.
Yeah, hats off to Jay. And again, he, like Tyler Graff, getting promoted up into, well, I guess he actually chose to go into pro class this season, see how he could contend against the top ranked drivers in the league. And for the most part, he's held his own, Rich, so hats off to him. But we had a battle here in Pro-Am for top spot in Pro-Am. Seb Gauthier currently holding that position in 6th place. Colin McKenzie 2nd in class in 7th place. They've got Tyler Graff just up ahead of him. That's one of the pro drivers we were just talking about, the MadWorks driver, comfortably ahead of them. But top spot in Pro-Am. Looks like it's going to continue on this battle as we're getting near the halfway point. Coming up to about 24 minutes to go. So far, Rich, I think this race has produced a ton of action for a season finale.
Yeah, 36 cars, and 36 cars took the green flag. So we've still got, I think, at least 33 on track. So halfway through this race, let's take a look at Ian Cabana having a little spin in that same corner where lots of people seem to have little spins, Rob, unfortunately. It's just been the way it's been going here. That's around the Mercedes Arena on the big left-hand sweeper.
Yeah, it's been a rough corner for a number of our drivers here this evening, but I don't know why, Rich, but when you said 36 drivers started this race, I just had this the old saying in the back of the head. 36 entered the the arena, how many are going to come out at the end of the race. Right now we've lost 3 of them, so we're down to a max of 33 drivers coming out at the end, as it looks like Andy Mills, Evan Jones, and David Morse have retired for this one. Potentially Neil Alexander too, as well, as I'm still showing him in the pits, not out yet, and Robert Jeffrey. So we'll keep an eye and see if they head back out on the track. So we might be down to only about 31 cars left in this one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You never want your season to end early, like's happened to those drivers. But luckily enough for everyone, another season's coming soon, folks. Going back on board. A nice onboard camera shot. William Fenson, a fabulous race. He's up 1 position. He's in a podium position. He's in 3rd. He's doing a great job of hanging with Steve McDonald up ahead of him. Meanwhile, Jack Hedgecock saying, you know, I'm going to keep this pro championship for myself. He's almost 5 seconds ahead of these guys.
Yeah, Jack came on strong. I think the first couple races didn't quite go his way, if I remember correctly, Rich. But after that, he's been pretty much lights out. Very competitive all season. We've seen him season in, season out. You know, either at the sharp end of the field or right there battling. You can just see in the camera shot there and behind the gap that he has over McDonald and Fenson in behind them. So hats off to Jack Hedgecock if he can come home top spot here and snatch the championship in style, winning the last race. But almost threw it all away heading into the chicane there. Car got a little loose, Rich, but looks like he was able to hold on to it. But I got to talk a little smack here about Hedgecock for a minute. All season long and last season, he's been driving this darn Ferrari, and he hasn't had the correct number boards all season. He finally, the last race of the season, puts the correct number boards on the car, so his number shows up in the number boards. So finally, Jack, thank you for getting that done. It was driving me crazy all season, and we love to see it.
Yeah, you weren't. I think you missed last week, unfortunately. I interviewed him and I asked him early, Rob, if he was going to be back next season, because you know how he always says no and then he is. But he says no because his school workload is going to be really heavy, and no means no this time. So maybe his 88 matching his 88 is a little thank you to you on his last race, or maybe he's just fooling himself and fooling us again, and we'll see him next season.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I don't see him on the grid.
That's what I told him.
We got Seb Gauthier here still trying to hold off Colin McKenzie. He's opened up a little bit of a gap now over McKenzie. Let's go back a little farther here. Venero, he's been able to hold on to the back of Lovkov once Lovkov got around him. Should actually mention he's up into the top 10. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, folks. My iRacing PC decided it had enough working and it was going to quit for the evening, but we're back. I told it you're not quitting yet. We still have the rest of the season to finish. So we're back on board here with Stephen McDonald. It looks like we haven't seen any scheduled pit stops here, Rich, with only about 16 minutes to go. I'm surprised we haven't seen anybody come in to try and take advantage of an undercut.
Well, yeah, just Jay Steffi and Ryan Connor a little further back have come in. Otherwise, pretty much everybody up in the front 10 or 12 are still out there.
William Fenton really throwing it. Oh, speaking of coming in for the pits, he's going to dive at the last second there. Try and pop in, see if he can pip Stephen McDonald through pit strategy. But I was going to say he really sent it over the curbing on that final chicane. The car getting up on its side and all over the place. Good for him, he was able to hold on to it. But he's coming into his pits. Looks like Brett Thurman into as well. So just as I mentioned, we hadn't seen a ton of cars come in. Looks like we're getting a bunch of them in here now.
Yeah, they're all coming in. Where are we at here, Rob? We're 45-minute race. We got 15 minutes left, so not a whole lot of time. It's going to be now or next lap or so. Right now, these drivers on lap 16, it looks like, at the front. So Jack Hedgecock's on lap 16. We're going to go about 24 tonight.
24. Did you use your abacus for that one, Rich?
No, I got the computer working tonight.
Using the old technology. Speaking of technology, Jerome Berthiaume, although a couple of these positions are gained through a couple drivers popping into the pits, but comes in leading Pro-Am, just needs to have a clean finish, up 10 spots into 9th overall, 3rd in class, doing exactly what he needs to do to solidify his championship run for him. So hats off to Jerome in doing that. But Oleg Lovkov got himself up in 7th place. Again, this is taking advantage of a couple pit stops from a couple drivers here, Rich, but you know what? We may see him get up as far as the top 5 here yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him top 5. You asked if he could get to the front. I didn't think so. Jack Hedgecock is kind of walking away. He's got a nice, comfortable 7-second gap to Steve McDonald. Dave Bush III now is taking over 3rd place. So with oh man, the brain's gone mush with William Fenton having taken his pit stop. That said, David Bush III now coming into the pits. Steve McDonald into the pits. Jack Hedgecock's into the pits. We're going to see everybody in this lap around.
Yeah, the rest of our drivers who have yet to pit should be coming in this time. I don't suspect anybody's saved enough fuel here to go around one more time. So see where they all cycle back out. James Hand. We'll have to find. Looks like he's joined the Ace Motorsports team here in the back half of the season here, Rich. So I noticed that the last couple races he's been driving the purple and black paint scheme. He's usually in his solo team, Hypo Mind. So we'll see if he comes back next season and if he joins Ace Motorsports right from the very start. We got a little bit of a traffic jam here in pit road. We got cars everywhere.
Yeah, I've got to hold on to those. Anybody taking tires, you got to hold on to those tires when you pull them off. I don't think we're going to see too many guys taking tires, maybe a couple here or there. Jerome Berthiaume having himself a good pit stop, it looks like, though. He's out and away. Let's see where everybody cycles out. Jerome Berthiaume is going to come out, it looks like, in about 12th place right now. So Dave Jensen is sitting in 14th. Dave Jensen coming up side by side. Here they go. Nice and close racing. Dave Jensen, Jay Steffi, side by side. It looks like Steffi, with the benefit of taking that pit stop a little earlier, the tires are warmer. Steffi's up ahead and makes out advantageous there. Up 6 positions on the day. Jay Steffi up to 14th.
Jay Steffi gave Jensen the old stiffy arm into turn 1 there, Rich, and held him off. Held him off. So there you go, Jordan Spoon. I got 2 in for you this race, but we got a battle a little farther back here. Jerry Keane, Sean Provo, James Hand, Andrew Trickett, Herbert Pineda, Jason Kinger, all in a row here. They're battling for, let's see, Keane is in 18th place, all the way back to 23rd place is this pack here. So nice mix of manufacturers too as well. Lambo leading the way with a Mustang, Porsche, Mercedes, even an Audi and Herbert Pineda in there. who had the strong start, but unfortunately had that characteristic or unfriendly characteristic that the Audi has, where it can really snap the back end around on you under braking.
Yeah, it's a rather unfortunate aspect of that car. Take a look at this line of drivers. Seb Gauthier, though. Seb Gauthier a little further up the field in 6. Seb is having himself a very strong race. Colin McKenzie also having a strong race. So here we go. We got 1 and 2 in Pro-Am. Kind of nose to tail here, going down the front straightaway. Very nice effort from both drivers. Seb Gauthier sitting in 6th where he started. Colin McKenzie up 1 in 7th. Oleg Lovkov is about 10 seconds back, so Oleg Lovkov may have stalled out in 8th place, Rob.
Yeah, he's a ways back from him. But so I think my dream of maybe seeing him making it all the way up into the top 5 here, Rich, is going to stall out at potentially 8th place with just under 11 minutes to go. That's going to be a tall order to eat away a second a lap here. Well, not even, or sorry, a second a minute to catch McKenzie and Gauthier up ahead. So nice charge for him, all the way from 36 on the grid up to 8th place. Well done, hats off to him. Josh Goen, another driver who made big moves here this evening too as well. Set himself up in the 7th place, just ahead of that pack that we saw earlier where Keane was leading the way. Ooh, teammate Sean Provo almost got into the back of him there in that corner. He doesn't have much room to play with as James Hands right into his rear bumper too as well.
Yeah, we don't want to see any teammate on teammate crimes tonight, and certainly not the way you want to finish the season. Luckily, everything came in clean. Is whoa, using all the track, and then a little bit some is Provo. Provo is having some issues there. James Hand kind of, unfortunately, caught him at the wrong place, wrong time, and had nowhere to go but to hit the brakes.
Yeah, we'll see if Sean Provo was able to hold on to that 19th place position. Oh, I say that. He goes out wide, and James Hand almost gets into the side of him. And going to try and sweep it around from the wide side. I think right now Provo is spending a little more time focusing on his mirrors and what Hand's doing in behind him versus driving out that front windshield. And you see what happens. Oh, looks like he's going to have to give up the ghost here. Herbert Banana trying to capitalize too as well around the outside. And it looks like they're just trying to swarm Sean Provo now.
Yeah, he got a little loose off that one corner. I'm wondering if he's having some tire wear issues or tire temp issues, because everybody's just walking by him like he's standing still. Here we go, side by side. Oh my goodness. Provo having himself a battle with Herbert Pineda now, going side by side, coming up with the chicane. For now, it looks like he's got them held off. They're going too wide. They're sending him off way wide. Is that Jason Kinger there as well? So, oh my goodness, Rob, this is some incredible action with 8:55 left to go in this race. We're coming around. We're on lap 18. And they're battling like it's lap 1 and it's the last lap. Hopefully we get to see this kind of action to finish this.
Looks like something just happened to David Bush the third here. Looks like he has potentially maybe a connection issue there. Falling through the field. Oleg Lovkov has just gotten around, showing Bush the third falling through the grid. Continues to fall through, so I'm not sure what happened to him, Rich. We'll have to see if we can find out what happened there a little later on, but had a nice run going. Continues to fall through the field as cars pass by pit lane.
Yeah, Bush third was in 4th place, and unfortunately, looks like his night may be over, or it drastically reduced. He's out of that running for a podium position, but Colin McKenzie, he's sitting there having himself a good race himself. Colin McKenzie sitting in 6th right now, up 2 positions. He's 2nd in class, still falling along behind Seb Gauthier. Seb Gautier's got about 3/4 of a second gap, comfortably in the lead in Pro-Am right now for this evening's race. Seb Gauthier having a solid effort.
And nice run by Seb. He's been able to withstand all the pressure that McKenzie's been able to throw at him. It looks like they're actually catching Tyler Graff a little bit just up ahead of him in 5th place. Looks like the Porsche starting to lose a little bit of pace here as the race goes on, potentially maybe overheating those front tires. It's one of those cars where once it does start to lose fuel off the front end with that tank on the front end, it does turn into a little bit of a understeer machine here, Rich, as the race goes on.
Yeah, it does, and all that's going on. William Fenson still in 3rd place. He'd closed the gap down to less than half a second, Rob, but looks like Steve McDonald saw the pressure coming and started picking the pace back up a little bit. But right now, this is a close battle for a decently close battle for 2nd. Every now and then, William Fenson closes it up. McDonald makes it a little bit of a tactical error. Fenton having himself a solid race. Started fourth, up to third.
Yeah, and to see William Fenton having a strong race after a couple struggles, as you mentioned, his home track in Bathurst. That one probably hurt. You always like to perform at your home track when the lead goes there. So we'll see if he can close this one out with a podium finish. But we got a battle here, a number of cars in a row. Andrew Venaro leading this pack, Jerome Berthume, Brett Thurman, and we're focusing on right now the Bad Santa machine. Jay Steffi up into that battle too as well. So Steffi's starting to recover here, moving his way up towards the front. Unfortunately, it looks like time going to be the enemy here for Jay to try and pick up any more positions, but he's going to try and make a move on Thurman. No doubt we've seen these drivers battle through basically every classic car they've been in all through the start of Throttle Freaks. Both of them actually moved up into the pro category this season too as well, so they are battling in class here as well as position on track.
Wow, Steffi's got himself a big jump. Brett Thurman just kind of letting him go by. Steffi's really on the hunt now. He started 14th. Well, I've got him actually by my calculations here. He's up to 12th. He's up 8 positions on the day, Rob. So having himself a very good race. I think we got a little issues with timing and scoring because of our reset we had to do. Jay Steffi up 8 positions, having started 20th.
He's got that Jerome Berthume just up ahead of him. We'll see if he's able to take that spot away from Jerome. Again, I don't see Jerome holding or putting up much of a fight if Steffi does get the inside line. Jerome focusing more on championship aspirations here versus top finishing position in class. So looks like the battle is starting to spread out a little more on track. We've got Ian Cabana and Jason Park battling a little farther back in the back. A couple drivers we've seen unfortunately get involved in some incidents. Cabana got tied up with, I think that was McLean in turn 1, if I remember correctly, earlier on. And then Jason Park had to apply full brakes not to get into the back of Karsten Quint, as he had to apply brakes himself when Dale Peterson had that solo spin. So a couple races here for these two drivers that they probably didn't want to have the season end on, but you know what, if you're battling somebody to the end of the race, Rich, at that checker flag, doesn't really matter what position you finish in. It's just the battle that is the most enjoyable.
Yeah, you know what, Rob? I got a little bit of experience with that myself. You know, I don't often battle for podiums, but I have battled for 25th place and had a heck of a lot of fun doing so. So that's what it's all about. You're here for the excitement, the rush, the competition, and you can have competition whether you're battling somebody 26th, 27th, or whether you're battling first and second. That's what I say. Tyler Graff, though, sitting in 4th. Seb Gauthier trying to hunt him down, but Seb Gauthier just about 3/4 of a second behind. We've only got, not a whole lot of time left, 3 minutes, 50 seconds. We're on 21st lap right now. We got 2 more to go after this one.
Yeah, last chance for romance here for our drivers. Steffi, sorry, not Steffi, Gauthier really closed up through that final corner on Graff. He's now in draft range, only 7/10 back of Graff. See if he's able to mount a charge here with 2 laps to go. Plenty of time trying to make a move. A couple Porsches going to battle it out towards the end. The McKenzie lurking right in behind the Acura, our lone Acura in the field. And I think it's been the lone Acura all season here, Rich. A car that I'm going to say probably about 3 seasons ago was the car to drive. It's surprising how quickly it's fallen out of preference here with all of our Throttle Freaks Sprint fixed drivers.
You know, Rob, I'll just say it right now. I gave it a little dig at Colin and his paint job tonight, and you know, you said something to the effect of, you know, what you said, maybe perhaps he'd have some issues on turn 1, and I'm saying, well, maybe that's why he doesn't finish as many races as he should. And Colin McKenzie putting on a clinic tonight, 6th place, 2nd in class, up 2 positions on the day, in spite of the paint job.
Sometimes the paint job works for you, sometimes it works against you. If you distract that driver that you're battling with, Rich, and you take that position, then I'm going to say, you know what, it's a good one. Well, speaking of battles, we're going to battle right here between Josh Goen and Jared Keane. That's for 16th and 17th place. The Lambo of Keane trying to take away that position from Josh Goen in the Ferrari. You know what, I think this is probably the most Lambos we've had in a race all season, Rich. We had 4 of them on track at one point in time. As I mentioned, unfortunately, we lost David Bush III. Looks like potentially a connection issue for him, so unfortunate for him, but we still have 3 more Lambos on track. bringing flying the flag for the Italian manufacturer with the German engineering under it.
Yeah, it's I like the Lambo. You know, Rob, of all the supercars I ever drove on the street, the Lambo was my favorite. And it's not because it handled the best. It's not because it was the fastest. It's not just because it was the best looking. It was because it's a Lambo. And nice to see them well represented here as we take a look at Jay Steffi. Jay Steffi ahead of Brett Thurman. So Jay Steffi still 12th place, up 8 positions, falling along behind Jerome Berthune. But Brett Thurman saying, I'd like to get that position, Jay. Let's see what happens here as they go down the start-finish line, downhill, down into the first corner. Brett Thurman sticks the nose in. Who's going to break later? Brett Thurman on the inside. And Steffi gets spun there. There's only room for one car in that line, and Jay Steffi not going to be happy with that.
Yeah. Let's take another look here at what happened. Let's go to the blimp and see if we can get what I'd actually have the chopper show us. So Thurman was there on the inside. He has position. I think Jay just thought maybe he had a little more room to the inside than he had, but can't really fault Brett Thurman there. There's not much he can do. He was inside into the braking zone, and unfortunately, it's one of those racing incident things that Jay Steffi is going to lose a couple positions. He's down into 14th place now, but our leader, Jack Hedgecokes, is on the back half of the track into lap traffic here. That's Barry Cochran just up ahead of him. And I think potentially Andy Mills as well. So a couple more corners to go here for Hedgecokes, and he's going to come home champion here in style, Rich, winning the final race of the season.
Well, that's boring, Jack. I mean, you didn't have to race anybody. You got such a good start. I noticed the other drivers you got their locations on. No location for Jack. He's from parts unknown, folks. Jack Hedgecokes taking victory tonight, taking the season championship in pro. Jack Hedgecokes, man who says he won't be back next season, but hey, we don't know for sure. Steve McDonald second. William Fenson, the Aussie. Strong effort coming in third.
Yeah, it looks like Graf gonna hold off Gauthier and McKenzie. We're going to round out the top 5 and 6 drivers. Lovkov, nice charge through the field. Unfortunately for him, Rich, he's only able to get up into 6th place. Or sorry, 6th place, 8th place, 7th place, sorry, for Lovkov. Looks like he picked up a position at the end.
One of those numbers.
Oh, yeah, he picked up a position when David Bush III had that connection issue. So he's going to get up into 7th. So not quite the top 5, but still a hell of a run for him. We got a drag race here between Steffi and Thurman across the line. Looks like Brett Thurman gave the position back to him after that incident into turn 1. Although, you know, it looked like a racing incident to me, but, you know, hats off to Brett Thurman for doing that.
Yeah, no, the drivers were really battling for anything except for bragging rights at that stage of the season. So take a look at Steve McLean. We haven't seen much of Steven tonight. Steve McLean having himself a solid effort, 22nd place. Looking for a little more at the end, but looks like that's where he's going to stall out tonight. Ian Cabana, last week's winner, coming around in 25th. Nice to see Ian Cabana. He's 6th in class tonight. Not the victory he had last week, but certainly a solid season for Ian. Jason Park, 26. Let's see who else we got. Dale Peterson, 27th. Lots of drivers still on the lead lap, Rob, considering the calamities we saw earlier. Karsten Quint, 28th place. Karsten is 7th in class, up 5 positions on the day.
It looks like we're waiting for Robert Jeffries and Barry Cochran to come across the line. They were those 2 cars just ahead of our leader, Jack Hedgecokes. They had to go basically one more lap all the way around while Hedgecokes had to finish just behind them, Rich. So
they stayed on the lead lap, Rob.
Exactly.
They stayed on the lead lap. Good for them. Nice way to finish the season, guys.
So, Rich, we started with 36 cars. 30 came home to the checkered flag, and all 30 were on the lead lap. Well done to all 30 of those drivers. Hats off to them.
Yeah, that's very impressive. And I mean, David Bush III, he did, you know, he had no incidents. He had a strong race, so I'll give him credit too. We'll count them. You know, only 5. You know, we only lost 6 cars, 1 for technical difficulties, 5 due to incidents. So solid race 10 to the season, the final race of the season for Throttle Freaks GT3 Racing.
Yeah, and again, as I mentioned early on, if you're interested in joining the league, signups are open for next season. I think they already have 48 of 55 positions taken. So if you want to be one of those final 7 drivers, get in there quick, get yourself signed up. get ready for next season, which should kick off in usually it's about 2 to 3 weeks after the end of this season, Rich. So we should have a full grid again for next season. But let's take a look at our final results here in this one and see how the season's going to wrap up. Jack Hedgeskokes takes top spot, leading every lap of the race to come home in first. Stephen McDonald in second place. William Fenson going to come home in third. In Pro-Am, Seb Gauthier takes the win in fifth place with Colin McKenzie in second in class, and Felix Feliz going to finish in eighth place overall, third in class in Pro-Am. In Am, looks like Dave Jensen going to bring home the win ahead of Jacob Fichtner in second place in class, and James Hand manages to take the final step on the podium in 19th place overall. And then we'll quickly just kind of click through the rest of the drivers on the right hand side. You can see where your favorite driver finished up. Again, some races to write home about, some probably wishing went a little different, but all in all, from the broadcast booth here, Rich, I think it was a hell of a race.
Yeah, this track gives us what we want, Rob. Great racing action, lots of opportunities to pass. It lets a lot of manufacturers be competitive, and I couldn't think of a better track to finish the season on.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't think of much more I don't want to say fun, much more enjoyable of a track other than maybe Road America. Yeah, it's always a favorite. I'm gonna pump Road America's tires no matter what, no matter where it is. That's my track, that's my jam. But let's see, do we got some drivers in the waiting room? Here we do. Let's see what we got. We got Dave Jensen, Felix Feliz, Jack Hedgeskokes, Jacob Fichtner, Jerome Berthiaume, and Seb Gauthier all queued up here. Let's bring in our race winner and championship winner, Jack Hedgeskokes, the guy who keeps telling us every season he's not going to come back, and then he shows up again. We'll see if he holds true this time, but he's caught up with Richard Swindells.
Hey, Jack, you made that look easy tonight. How was it?
Yeah, I just took the belts off, took the weight belts off for the final race. Don't show my true face. No, I'm joking. No, it was good. I definitely didn't expect to pull away like that. Not to say I didn't do much practice this week, but coming in, I didn't know where I would be. I did a lot more practice for another endurance league I had this past weekend. So to come in and win in a dominating fashion and ended on a win for both championship, and I will not be back. I swear, third time's a charm. I won't be back. No FOMO this time. So glad to end it on a win before I leave for a little while.
Well, and Rob made note of you've got the numbers matching your car now.
Yes, I fixed
final race,
I
and
fixed it. Yes.
And I said to him, I said, well, that's because he says it's his last race. He's gonna miss next season, and well,
I gotta make the photos good.
You know what he thought, so we don't even have to tell you. But yeah, he had a stellar season. The competition in pro this year was, I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, Steve McDonald, Oleg Lovkov, yourself, William Fenson showing some great pace of late. How'd you manage to pull this off against these guys?
Yeah, it was just, I mean, I didn't have any race besides maybe the bend that week where I got spun lap one trying to be over aggressive or eager, really. I mean, I didn't really have a race that I got bad points, so I wasn't winning much. I think I only won one other race this season. I don't remember what it was called, like Saxon Ring or something like that, or that one was
Sashin Ring.
Sashin Ring, thank you. Yeah. So I didn't win much compared to previous seasons. I just was able to just, consistently be, besides that one race, I was top 5, top 3 every week. So that one drop week wasn't even really in effect. So that was mainly the way I think I won it, was just being consistently
consistency,
top 5. Yeah.
Consistency pays off, and going racing, your team had a solid effort, second overall from our calculations early, and that's not a bad effort either. So you must be pleased there.
Yeah, I was. I wish Josh could have gotten. I think he got beat to the podium for the championship. Colin did really well the last couple weeks to get ahead of him on that. So I wish he could have gotten a podium because I don't know if he's going to drive next season unless one of our other teammates decides to do this league and he joins in again. But yeah, shout out to Josh for being here every week and racing. I know he has a busy schedule, so just making it and contributing really helps out. So shout outs to him and any of the going racing guys for watching, and family members. Shout outs to everybody that watches and supports us every week on here.
Well, it was a great season for you. We'd like to offer our congratulations. We look forward to seeing you again sometime in the future, and hope everything hopefully everything goes out really well for you this spring, and we'll see you in the summer, Jack.
Alrighty, thank you all for the broadcast every week, and thank you to the organizers that host this every week. I've had a blast for the last 3 seasons, and ready to be back soon.
Yeah, we'll see you back
Awesome.
next season, Jack. Take care.
Good night, Jack.
See you
in 4 weeks.
It was our championship winner, Jack Hedgecoats. Let's bring in our Pro-Am champ, and also finished 3rd in class, Jerome Berthume. Jerome, a heck of a season there for you. We saw you with some highs and lows, but all in all, nice steady, calm pace throughout the season. Congrats on the Pro-Am championship.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, it was hell of a season. I had a good start of the season with a few wins, but yeah, at the end, Seb Gauthier was pushing me, and he had hell of a race. So congrats to him on the class win. He did everything he had to do. I know that for this race, I only had to stay super calm and consistent. Don't have to push. I just need solid point, and yeah, I'm very happy with this race and the championship.
Now, is that the strategy you came in with? Just kind of take what was given to you, not force the issue, keep the car clean and bring it home, because penalty points and a DNF probably wouldn't have brought home the championship for you, but you did exactly what you needed. So I'm assuming that's what you came in, as you just said, with that plan at hand.
Yeah, exactly. That was the plan, and NURBURGRING has never been my top track as well. So just finishing 11 on that track, I'm very, very happy with the result. But yeah, that was the mindset, just to keep it clean, keep it safe. I almost got took out at the end on the first corner. I was very scared, but yeah, head of a race, head of the season. I'm very happy.
Excellent stuff. Jerome, are we going to see you back again next season to defend your championship?
No, unfortunately, not next season. Maybe the next season after. Next season, I'm too busy with the house renovation probably, so I cannot race, unfortunately, next season.
Oh, well, if you want to do some more renovations after that, you come on over to Blind Place, and I'll find lots of stuff for you to do. But before we let you go here, Jerome, again, congrats on the championship. Anybody you want to shout out there might be watching at home?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to the league, amazing league. I had fun the entire season, very clean, super league. Thanks to you guys for the amazing broadcast. Thanks to my team sponsor, Solpec, Abruzzi, Cosworth, Virtual Mindset. Thanks to all my teammates for just hanging out there with me and having fun. So yeah, thank you guys.
Well, excellent stuff, Jerome. Good luck on the house renovations, and hopefully we'll see you back for the fall season of Throttle Freaks GT3. Take care.
All right, thank you guys. Goodbye.
That was Jerome Berthume, our Pro-Am Championship winner. Let's bring in the last of our 3 class winners here, Jacob Fichtner, to catch up with Richard Swindells.
Gentlemen, evening.
Good evening, Jacob. A solid season. You must be happy.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying to the boys in the waiting room, super pumped. I went into the season with little expectations, knowing I would be missing 2 races, but yeah, super happy to clinch it in the end.
Yeah, tonight a solid effort. 2nd in class. You did what you needed to do. Kept it clean. Overall,
that was the goal. Yeah, just stay out of trouble. That was my goal.
Smart driving, Jacob, and I think are we going to see you next season back with Throttle Freaks?
Signed up and ready to go.
I'm wondering if you're going to be a Pro-Am next season. But,
I think if I was to bet, yeah, I would probably say so.
That was a solid effort, a solid season. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, first and foremost, the wife and family for their support in my hobby, and second, the SRT boys. Couldn't have done it without them. And a special shout out to Dave Morse for consistently organizing our practice nights every week. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, we had David Morris, I think it was last week, if I'm not mistaken, sometime recently, and he was really appreciative of SRT as well. So nice to see you guys working together and making yourselves as successful as you have been. AM Championship winner, second place tonight. That's Jacob Fichtner. We're going to see you back next season and look forward to seeing how you compete against the next division up.
Perfect, gentlemen. Appreciate for everything you guys do. The broadcast is awesome, and yeah, looking forward to next season.
Congratulations, Jacob. We'll see you then.
It was our AM Championship winner. Very happy to take that one by the sounds of it. We'll see how he does next season in the Pro-Am category, Rich. But we got a couple other drivers in chat here. Let's bring in some of our class winners here. We got Dave Jensen, who took the win in the AM Championship. I know, Dave, you had your eyes on winning the AM Championship itself. Fell a little short, but you were able to take the last race of the season. Is that a little bit of a consolation winner here win here for you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I put in a lot of time. I mean, just sweating and trying to get it done.
And we saw you
laying a lot of pipe.
And we saw you laying a lot of pipe all season with the Lunatic Mercedes. Ton of battles here up and down the grid for you tonight. Were you a little sweaty behind the wheel here tonight?
100%. I was sweating. I was just trying to keep it on track. The last 5 laps were really rough. I almost lost it a few times.
Now, Nürburgring, where does it rank on your, the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit? Where's it rank on your list of tracks you enjoy driving? I know it's a track that either drivers
just
really like or really hate.
I can't do the chicane.
It's full of chicanery, that one, but you did well here tonight, even on a track that you are not that fond of. Are we going to see you back next season in the AM category again, maybe into the Pro-Am category, or are you taking a season off?
I'll be there, Pro-Am.
Excellent stuff. Well, best of luck next season. Before we let you go here, Dave, you got any shout-outs to anybody watching at home?
Just my wife and kids and Lunatic, and you guys. You guys are great.
We appreciate that. Best of luck in the Pro-Am category next season. That's Dave Jensen, our AM winner this evening. Take care, Dave.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Okay, what else we got in here? Let's catch up with... We got Victor we already talked to. Let's catch up to our Pro-Am winner and the guy with the best mug shot in the league, Seb Gauthier, with Richard Swindells.
Hey, boys.
Hey, Seb. Congratulations. We haven't talked for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. This is my first win in Throttle Freaks, so I'm super stoked.
Wow. You know what? I did not realize that. So, hey, if you're going to have a first win, week 10, last week of the season, when no drops, that's quite impressive.
Yeah.
5th place overall, too. So, how'd that go for you? You had Colin McKenzie wanting a little piece, but he was back there. You're battling up there with the big boys tonight.
Yeah, it's tough. There's nowhere to pass on this track. So I had good pace. So did Colin. So did Tyler. So we were all just kind of neck and neck the whole race. But the first thing I did when that race finished is I popped the standings to see where Jerome finished. But he had a good race as well. So yeah, that's all right. I'll get him next year.
Well, unfortunately, it was going to be tough to get by him. So you're going to be back next season, I take it, based on that statement?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The SRT team had a good season, did quite well tonight as well. You're the second driver we've talked to. That team effort, does that help a lot in getting ready for each race week to week?
Oh, 100%. Dave Moore sets up our practice on Sundays and Mondays, and he always does it, and he's always there, always on time. So the boys all show up and we practice together. It's great. It's fun.
Well, Dave Moore's getting 2 shout-outs tonight, Rob.
Oh, nice.
2 shout-outs for the two shout-outs for the poor guy who his race unfortunately ended basically before it began. So David Moore's helping out the team. Unfortunately, not his night, but it was Seb Gauthier's tonight. Pro-Am winner, his first Throttle Freaks win, Any shout outs tonight, Seb?
I got to include the wife. So, thank you, Valerie, for watching every week. And of course, I got to thank the boys who practice with me, help me get faster every week. So thank you guys.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing you next season, Seb, just a few weeks away. See what you got in store for us there.
Perfect. I'll see you then.
Thanks.
That was our Pro-Am class winner tonight, and we're going to finish things up with Felix Feliz, who finished final step on the podium here tonight. Felix, all in all, fairly uneventful race for you. We didn't really see you involved in too many battles. You kind of found a nice, comfortable spot on track, away from everybody else, away from any carnage. You brought it home, final step on the podium. Congrats to you, and overall, how do you think your season went?
It went pretty well. I missed 2 races, the first 2 races. So, I think I got 5th overall in my class, right? So can't be too mad about that, right? So pretty good.
Are we going to see you back next season in the Pro-Am category again?
Of course. Come on now.
Excellent. So look forward to seeing you on track here. You come back in the Mustang again. Are you feeling about trying another car next season?
You know what? I love my Mustang, so I'm going to stick with it.
Excellent. Are you bringing any of your SGE teammates next season to help you try and take on the team's championship?
That's the plan. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Well, hats off to you. A hell of a season. Even though you missed those couple races, we'll see how you can do next season. Maybe you can snatch away the class championship. Before we let you go here, Felix, any shout-outs you want to give to anybody potentially watching at home?
Yeah, of course, to my teammates, Buck and Waldo, and to Andrew Trickett, man. He, for some reason, we've been fighting each other for the last few races. We're always near each other. We're always qualifying near each other, and he lost it on the second lap, I think. Man, that I felt terrible. But yeah, awesome race. Can't wait till next season.
Well, best of luck to you next season, Felix. We love seeing you on track. You and Seb, 2 of the best profile pictures in the business, and best of luck to you.
All right, buddy. Take care.
We hope to talk to you again. Take care.
Thanks.
So that'll wrap it up here, Rich. Season 4. Again, congrats to Richard Swindells, guy who's been on every race of Throttle Freaks since its inception. They're ready to call all the great moves and the great gaffes by all of our drivers on track. Thanks, Rich, for covering these races with me, and I'm looking forward to next season to see what kind of tracks our drivers are going to have to challenge going forward.
Yeah, it should be fun. Thanks, Rob. It's been a blast. Another great season.
And on that note, we're going to sign off. For Racer Nexus, I'm Rob Campbell. Richard Spindell is in the booth with me, as I mentioned, as he's been through all 40 Throttle Freaks races. Till next time, which should be in a couple weeks.
Poor guys.
Poor drivers having to listen to Richard every week. But again, yeah, if you're looking to fill one of those final remaining spots in the league, find the Discord link in the description of the video. Get in there, get signed up. We'll see you on track in a couple weeks. Till then, bye for now.